He was told, hey, we cannot accept you as a transportation partner because we have record that you have utilized NEMT services in the past. You had an active workers' comp case.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to NEMT Van Talks. I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Monica.
And we're the owners of an NEMT business based in California. Now today, we are going to share some information with you that we feel you should know about working with workers' compensation brokers.
You know what? Jasmine is always telling stories. Well, today I'm going to tell you guys a story. So recently, I was having a conversation with one of our mentees, and in that conversation, he shared with me something that I felt like was quite interesting. So we're going to talk about it. So based on the conversation that we were having, he disclosed that he was reaching out to workers' compensation brokers in order to establish a contract. And so he then mentioned that one broker in particular. What? My storytelling ain't as good as yours. Huh?
No, you have a whole nother voice for your storytelling. You don't even sound like Monica. Go on, friend.
No!
Carry on.
You're going to edit this.
No,
You're going to edit
I'm
this
not.
part. Yes, you are.
She got a whole nother voice for her storytelling.
No, no, it's not.
Can y'all let her know in the comment section,
because
please?
I want to sound like a storyteller, so it can be interesting. Okay. So anyway, but see, you threw me off. So anyway, as we started to talk more about like his marketing things he was doing to get his business established, he shared that he had applied to work with one broker, and that they declined his application. And I was like, why? I've never heard of a broker to just outright decline.
A workers' compensation broker.
Okay. Thank you. Anyway, he mentioned that the workers' compensation broker outright declined his application. And I was like, why was that though? Did you ask questions? And he said, well, years ago, I filed a workers' comp claim against my employer, and I utilize NEMT services myself. But now he's trying to open the business. But because he utilized the NEMT services, he has a profile within their database. So when his application was submitted, they ran his application against their profile in their database, which sent them an alert saying that we cannot have a contract with this individual because he was once considered a patient. I was like,
yeah,
that is so interesting. So he was like, anyway, so he was just like, he was so devastated about that. And I was like, well, or are you going to try to fight it? Because I don't think that still should hold you back from being able to pursue this contract with him. I mean, and he was like, this happened years ago. I'm talking about more than 5 years ago.
Wow. And
he's no longer working with this company. The workers' compensation claim was dissolved or whatever. He's not facing any injuries currently that are prohibiting him from driving or anything related to that. So I'm thinking,
wow,
what are your thoughts about that? Like, do you feel that it's fair? Like, and let me also say this may not be the case for all workers' compensation brokers, but in this one case particularly, and he was able to establish other contracts with other brokers, including workers' compensation brokers, but this one in particular.
So then it may not be workers' compensation brokers across the board.
Yes. So I think it's like, just like any other broker, if you have a health plan with that employer, whoever they work with.
So because he utilized the services with that one particular transportation broker. Okay. So the first thing that I thought about when you started your story is how he utilized the services and now he's starting his own business. So I'm wondering, I was just curious, like, Did he start the business because he saw that there was a need because he had to utilize the services himself?
Oh, no, you're thinking he did.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I think that's really cool.
He did. That was one of the reasons why he wanted to start the business as well.
Okay. And then another thing that I'm thinking about is, why is his personal health information being shared like this, like in this way? Because I get it, the workers' compensation insurance had to utilize this particular broker to schedule the rides. However, the information that they share with the workers' compensation transportation broker should be limited.
It should be.
And the person that you spoke with, your client, he should fight it. And I think he should fight it because it's like, how can you block me from this opportunity because I was injured in my workplace, right? Especially like, what was the injury for? Like,
well, he
shouldn't be penalized.
It almost feel like, to me, discrimination.
Yeah,
because that's what workers' compensation is there for, and because I decided to utilize this service, now I'm being penalized for it. Now that I'm trying to start my own business, I feel like it's a form of discrimination. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about it, because one, in that moment, I was really taken back because I've never heard this before. Two, I'm saying,
me either.
Oh, we got to fight this, because immediately I'm thinking like, we need to send this email. So him and we did have that conversation, like, okay, what are your next steps? And I kind of wanted to see what was his perspective and how his idea and how he wanted to move about this, this situation, because I didn't want to overstep. But he was all on board. He was like, I do want to fight it because I don't think it's fair. But I wanted to just know, like, of course, get your feedback, your opinion, and then to see, have anyone else experienced this before? Like, have they known this to happen in the past? Maybe we just didn't know about it, but most definitely I thought it was something that we needed to share, because
people need to know. Because how often have people filed claims within their workplace, right, for real injuries, and then here you are moving on to another career path, and then you have obstacles standing in your way. And so I completely agree. Like, if I was that business owner, I would probably investigate it a little bit more, get the information that I need, and reach out to the workers' compensation agency that I was working with, and then have them put the responsibility on them to have them coordinate with the NEMT transportation broker to remove all files. Yeah,
those records should be sealed. Absolutely. I feel like those records should be sealed. And I feel like if this is something that is happening within our industry, we need to fight it as well. We need to, have these conversation discussions. Like, those records should be sealed. It shouldn't be something that is, made public to hinder people's growth.
I have never heard of anything like this before. If you guys have experienced anything like this, definitely let us know down below in the comment section. But it's just really sad that, what I'm thinking? What's done today can come up 5, 10, 15 years later.
Well, you know what your mama always say, what's done in the dark,
I know.
Come to the light. Y'all heard that saying before. I'm sure you have.
But how can you, if you injure, you injure.
Yeah, like, that's not it. You're right. That's not even something that's done in the dark. But it's just like, that happened years ago. Like, let my past be my past.
Like, okay, so he's gonna go ahead and move forward? And
no, he did say he was gonna draft an email and send it over to the health plan to see, like, okay, is this set in stone? Can you show me something in writing that indicate that if I was a patient and I received NEMT services before, that I cannot have a contract? And I was like, you're absolutely right. You should ask for that in writing.
So he was told over the phone?
No, they sent him an email indicating that.
Oh.
Yeah. But he wants to see it in writing on, like,
like a policy or something.
Right.
Oh, Oh, that's a good one.
Right.
That's
so he want to see it in the policy.
One.
Like, show me where this is stated in the, because who knows, they might not even have that in a policy, right? But show me where this is in a policy, or show me where I signed this policy agreeing to this. You know what I mean?
Before he utilized the services.
Yes. So we went in depth and had those conversations. I was like, you're absolutely right. Like,
girl, you turning into a problem solver.
I know, I be doing too much. I agree, but I felt so bad for him because he has a solid plan with his business, and he has started his business, right?
Yeah,
like he just needed some feedback as far as, figuring out some other things. But yeah, I feel like I was a problem solver that day.
So my best advice to you guys is to really learn from this. He spoke to you, you guys collaborated, came up with some ideas, and now he's going to go ahead and request that policy, the procedure or whatever, or the policy that clearly, he wants to see what it states on there that says, hey, if you ever utilize our services, you can't be a transportation provider. I can guarantee you they don't have nothing like that.
Well, I'm curious to know, so I would definitely be following up with him, and whatever the outcome is, I'm going to keep y'all posted. My storytelling may not be like Jasmine, but I'm going to come back and tell my story, okay? And don't be calling me out on my voice. Like, let me change my voice. I was trying to be like,
girl,
whatever, classy with it. Little bit sexy too,
Oh Lord!
But anyway, I'm just joking.
She popping out, y'all. She popping out.
We outside? No.
But you guys, let us know. Like, what are your thoughts? Like, do you have any advice for this transportation provider that is looking to partner with this NEMT workers' compensation broker?
Yeah, or do you know anyone that may have experienced this as well, even yourself? If you have experienced something similar to this, let us know. We want to hear from you as well.
It's true. Even if you have any stories like this, like interesting, like out of the box things that you don't typically hear, like let us know down below, because we definitely need to have these conversations. And I'm glad that he was open enough to share that information with you so that we can share it with you guys.
Absolutely.
All right, guys.